This is what I was saying when I brought up the assistance to Margaret. At the end of every term, when children go back into school, those children that pass, what he does is to give them, the youngest school term about 30 weeks, that was the longest term. And we used to give them, now I'm dealing with 4 bus fares being free. We used to give them bus fare for 13 weeks and lunch money for 13 weeks. Not walking landship, like before the bus fare became free. And we also gave them uniform. As a patron mentioned. The grand public road.
Right. Something that the public doesn't know it would take for you perhaps to come and spend a day here and see the interaction that happens with every person that passes in the relationship that exists between Captain Watson and the residents of this community. It is phenomenal already to see the interaction and whether it be parents or young people from the community or whatever who rely and look to Captain Watson. He's almost like a politician in terms of the interaction that I have observed happening here. Honestly, elder with him, and he's respected. But he's well respected and sought after for counsel and for advice, as well as for support, material and otherwise. I was in Suriname for Carifesta some years ago, and 2003, and I didn't get a chance to go into the interior where Captain Watson went. But I can tell you, he went and he met one of the chiefs from that area of Suriname, and those you were there?
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
My understanding was that Captain Watson was treated as a king royalty.
Can I just speak to that quickly?
Yeah.
Because it was very important. Captain, we performed, this was the 2003 Carifesta presentation called Praise Come from Bruce, which was Bruce St. John. He was a member of the cast, and then he introduced it when it was performed at University, the West Indies before. And we were no longer performing, but we were invited to join the rooms of Suriname, so we got on a bus and we drove. Captain, I distinctly remember, had on jeans and a shirt. The Landship people had on jeans. We sit there, yeah, you were there, right? Yeah. And no one was expecting to perform. We come in and there are these 3 Maroon literally looking at Captain Watson without the epaulets. They're in white, they have on their hats, and they're sitting there and it's all very prominent and we couldn't approach them. They were there and we were in their presence, almost like being in the presence of President Obama or the Queen of England. In other words, they're there, everyone is aware of it. And someone asked the Landship to perform. So the Landship gets up in mufti, in other words, jeans and t-shirts. Ryan was part of the group. And they dance. At the end of the dance, Captain Watson is called to sit at the table with the Maroon Chiefs. Not in uniform, but he's recognized for his authority and recognized for the Landship. And I remember, what's his name was also there, Hartley Walker, and we were stunned by it. And for the rest of the entire day, Captain Watson was honored and sat with the Maroon Chiefs. It's like being called up by Obama to sit there. And he was made an honorary chief. Now, there's something that they're seeing that we in Barbados have forgotten how to see. Because I'm very convinced that many years ago we understood what it was about. We are now perhaps just captured by the cloak, by the exterior. Those Maroons in Suriname sat and saw what Nancy might call the African continuum, saw through the dancing, whatever, and recognized and honored Captain Watson. That was a very, very special moment. Very moving. And I know he was very moving.
Right. The other thing I want to respond to is the tourism thing, because the committee has looked at a number of projects, and we are not in a position to talk about them yet, but we believe that the Landship has the potential to contribute economically in terms of our tourism product. If you see, for instance, what is happening in terms of the Heritage Committee that uses the changing of the guard to resolve uniforms, which really is an institution that has come to Barbados recently compared to the history of the landship. This is something that the landship could be doing as well in terms of interfacing with tourists. There are a number of projects that we are looking at in terms of creating memorabilia and merchandise that will see the landship not only established in terms of some of the symbols and the icons associated with the landship, but also provide an opportunity for entrepreneurship and micro businesses to thrive in terms of some of the projects that we're looking at. All right?
Yes. Thank you. Karen,